The Haggadah continues with enumerating the 10 makkos, the 10 plagues that happened in Mitzrayim, followed by a statement of Rabbi Yehuda of the Tzach Adash Ba'achav, which is an acronym of the 10 makkos. Dam Tzfardei Akinim is the first group, the second one is Arav Dever Shchen, and the third one is Bard Arbe Choshech Makkos B'Chosh. The question is, why do we need the repetition of Rabbi Yehuda's statement? We already know the 10 makkos. What's the reason that he repeats himself? And if Rabbi Yehuda is repeating, he must be telling us a certain message. What is the message he is trying to convey? So, to answer these questions, we'll first explore a different question. If Hashem wanted to go and punish the Mitzrayim, the Egyptians, for all the atrocities which they did against the Jews, why did he have to go and bring 10 makkos, the 10 plagues? Just bring one plague, wipe them all out, let's say, have makkos b'choros, the plague of the firstborn, wipe out all of them, and all the Jews would go out free. Why did he need 10 plagues? So this is the Sforno and others go to explain that there is the reason why Hashem brought the plagues was not to go and destroy only to go and destroy the Egyptians. It was also to teach the Jews a lesson, and that was a lesson of Emunah, of having faith in Hashem. So there's two parts of this. Hashem demonstrated this in two ways. One is the punishment for the crimes, that the punishment fit the crime, and that was Midah Connect. That's what they say, that all the 10 makkos were Midah Connect and Midah, their punishment measure for measure. What the Egyptians did to the Jews, they got punished in the same way. For example, they threw the kids into the river and they killed the kids, so therefore the river turned into blood. They go and explain how each makkah was like that. So from here, that's the first thing that we see from Hashem, from the 10 makkos. So Hashem runs the world, and the way he enacts punishment is measure for measure. And that can be why the first half, before Rabbi Yehuda's statement, we go and enumerate all the makkos, so we know what the makkos are, and going through them, we will see how is punishment measured, how is the punished measurement for measure. The second aspect is what Rabbi Yehuda is coming to tell us. He groups them into three different groupings. So this, if you go through the Torah, in the Parasha, when it talks about that 10 makkos, it says different terminologies by the makkos. By the first makkah, by Dam, it says, "B'zois teida ki anei Hashem." With this, through the plague of blood, you will see that I am Hashem. Then by Arav, by the pestilence, it says, "The man teida ki anei Hashem b'kerev haaretz." That you will know I am Hashem amongst the land. And by Barad, by the hail, it says, "Ki ein kamoini b'chol haaretz." There is no one like me in the whole land. So he goes to explain this Sforno, and Shimshon Pincus expounds on his ideas that there's three levels of Emunah. It's a three-step process that Hashem is trying to teach. The first one is, know that there's a God, know that there's a Creator. That's why it says, Ki ani Hashem, I am Hashem. And that was the first group, that's the Tzach. That was all those makkos was trying to show that there is a Creator. Now that you know that there's Hashem, maybe you're going to say, fine, He created the world. But who says He still runs the world? He cares about the day-to-day going on to the world. So that's what the next group was. And that's what it says, that's Adash. K'ani Hashem b'kerev haaretz. I'm Hashem that's in the land. I'm here. I care about it. It's not like I created and I left. The third step, now that we got those two ideas, those two concepts down pat, the third thing is, that's ba'achav, barad. So over there it says, Kein kamoini b'chol haaretz. There's no one like me. So that they explain that not only, even though I create the world and I put certain rules of nature in the world, certain times I'm not bound by those laws of nature. I put them in, I usually run the world in that way, but certain times I can go and change the world, change the laws of nature based on necessity. For example, by the But when we left Mitzrayim, Hashem went and split the sea, which made no sense. Through the laws of nature, that shouldn't have happened. So at times he's able to change the laws of nature for what's necessary. And that's what Reader is coming to tell us, that besides that the point of the Malchus was punished measure for measure, you see Hashem's hand in that, it's also a lesson for us, for the Jews, to take out that there's three parts that from there we could go and build on our faith in Hashem and Emunah of the Tzach, Adash, V'Achav, and you go into the ladder. You have to take it, build it slowly by slowly, and that was what the lesson that Hashem was teaching us with the Malchus.